understand what you say. No.
There it is.
Let's hear it.
Well, let's hear it.
Talk to us. Uh-oh.
Beadle and Decker, taking on sports talk like no one else. Michelle Beadle,
I'm just helping. I'm helping America one by one.
Cody Decker.
I 100% believe in revenge. Revenge is a great thing.
Back to the sports.
Back and ready for more.
Every time I tune them out, they pull me back in.
It's Beadle and Decker. Here's Michelle and Cody.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is a beautiful Thursday afternoon here in sunny Southern California. And yes, Cody Decker, you are live here on Beadle and Decker. Thank you for joining us live. We see the chats already going. Drinks abound. People still celebrating St. Paddy's Day. And yes, March Madness is officially upon us. But we got a lot to talk about today. We got Major League Baseball to talk about because some big news in the baseball gambling world, or is it futures world, or is it not gambling at all? I don't know. Rules don't matter anymore. Hey, did you hear about Cade Cunningham? Going to talk about that, some things in the NFL and more. But real quick, of course, I got to introduce you to our wonderful Thursday guest host because she has guest hosted with us before. She is an immensely talented person. She is a person that knows more about gambling than any 7 people you've ever met combined. She runs Shark Bets. She's one of the best voices in this industry, and you better believe one of the best voices in the Broadway industry. The one and only Jen Piacenti rejoins the show because she's the absolute best. How's the Shark Bet life treating you?
Shark Bets has been good. We had a phenomenal WBC, which I would love to talk about. And yeah, we had a ticket for Venezuela at 9-1, Cody. We faded the USA. We can talk about why. And I think that could be an interesting conversation. But yeah, Shark Bets is good. We also had that Bryce Harper home run. So I thought maybe I should just quit until MLB season, take the next week off and just step away.
It's listen. We're going to get into it. In fact, we're going to open with it. And you know what? Why even waste any time? Let's forget the formalities. You know me. I know you. Everyone knows each other. Welcome to the show. And let's just get right into it because, Jen, them WBC, pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. From start to finish, I loved everything about this. You know my personal affiliation with this. I played in this tournament 2 separate times. It's an incredible tournament. I love the idea of, bringing the baseball world to the rest of the world. I love how much this has grown. I mean this. I remember a joke that was on the Letterman show in the second World Baseball Classic when I remember they were going up the line and they were doing Dave's top 10. And they went to each player saying something funny about the World Baseball Classic. And I think it was why am I forgetting his name? Boston Red Sox, Greek god of walks, Kevin Youkilis. Kevin Youkilis, I think they got to him, and his joke was, take part in this time-honored tradition that has been going all the way back to 2004. And this was like 2007, so that was the joke and how no one cared about it. And he was right at the time. Not anymore, man. The WBC might be one of the best things Major League Baseball has ever done. Ooh, lost you there, Jen. You're not coming through at all. Can't hear you. It's okay. It's okay. Keep that thought. I'm going to say it again. I'm reset you up in the best possible way. Let me know. Jen, the WBC is the best thing that Major League Baseball has ever done.
I completely agree. I'm sorry if my sound is a little off. We can play with my microphone a little bit later. But yes, I think it was a phenomenal tournament. Everything about it, including the timing. And I've heard so many people say things like, oh, wouldn't this be better if it were at the All-Star break? We can do a deep dive into this, but I think it was perfect. I think the last time we were on a podcast together, Cody, we were talking about how the NBA is always making tournaments and things, but they can't quite figure out the timing. This timing is correct for MLB. And I'm so proud of MLB because the viewership numbers proved it. And I'm sorry, but let's face it, guys, baseball is getting more and more popular.
Yep. So baseball. It's having a moment, Jen. It's flat out having a moment right now. WBC was absolutely badass. Loved every second about it. But let's talk about that real quick because you're not wrong. We're watching everybody say, because listen, everybody agrees this is a fucking great tournament. Everybody agrees this is awesome. It's fantastic. But, like everybody, every armchair quarterback wants to sit there. Well, how can we make it better? And, you heard the things from Bryce Harper at the beginning of this thing. So, well, it's no Olympics. Stop it. The Olympics are already dead on arrival, considering the fact there's like only 6 teams that are even allowed to play in the tournament. This was a 20-team tournament. If anything, the WBC just needs to grow bigger with more teams and more nations being brought into it, not being shrunk down to the 6-team thing that they want to do for the Olympics. People are saying move it to the All-Star break, which is something you just mentioned.
The worst.
I hear what they're saying, but also
no, I don't. I think they're ridiculous.
It's just not feasible. It's just not feasible.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
Halfway through the season,
on so many levels.
Halfway through the season, people are going to be injured. You're going to have to. You think teams won't let their guys pitch now?
100%. And that's the argument. Oh, but the guys will be in better shape. Okay, first of all, let me break that down.
No.
Halfway through the season, when the Padres are 2 games behind the Dodgers, you think then they're going to let Mason Miller pitch in that situation? No. Let's be realistic. Number 2, we already have baseball ennui halfway through the season, right? That's why we take the All-Star break. We have the Home Run Derby, which is the best event of all the sports. Let that stay what it is. It's absurd. Where it's placed right now is when you have this break. So you're like, okay, Super Bowl's over. What do I do? Oh my God. Okay, I'm waiting for March Madness. But then you get this little appetizer for baseball. And everybody's so excited. And it gets you more and more excited about MLB. Why fix what isn't broken? It's not broken. This is the way to do it.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I think it's currently
I can't
perfect.
either.
The timing of it is perfect, and you're not wrong, because look how this worked out perfectly into March Madness. Like it's just like it's honestly fantastic.
And the other thing I wanted to say, one of the problems I had with Team USA, and we can get into that if you want to, is that there was no team feeling, there was no fire, there was no cohesion. When you compare that to teams like Venezuela and Japan and Dominican Republic, and you could see their hearts, their souls, the fans. It was also, by the way, in the perfect stadiums. Houston and Miami, could you find better places to get people excited? And the prices of tickets were affordable, and the stands were packed, and that is key.
I will admit there are 3 other stadiums I would have liked to have thrown in this mix, but one stadium that will be eliminated based on something you just said. Here are the 3 other stadiums that I absolutely think should be always in the mix. Dodger Stadium, obviously. San Diego Petco Park, and the Arizona Diamondbacks Chase Field, because of the proximity to the southern border. Dodger Stadium should be taken out of the running due to something you just said, which was affordability. I think you could still...
And the parking situation.
And the parking situation is the worst thing that's ever been invented in the history of human beings. I can't stress this enough. Like, you're not wrong. The USA team was... It wasn't that they were not good. And I'm hearing all the hot takes where it was just like, they didn't care. And I heard Ken Rosenthal go off on that. And Ken Rosenthal, by the way, is absolutely right. The U.S. team fucking cared. Before everybody kind of goes into that thing, it's not that they didn't care. It's that they were just fucking boring and they were weird as shit. I'm sorry. We have a real weird-ass war culture in this country that needs to be addressed.
I think they did care. I agree with you. And I do think it was a weird team. And again, but they're also in the mindset right now where they're used to playing against each other. These other teams, they like to play together. So like, this is another argument as to why it shouldn't be done at the All-Star break. Do you think that Roman Anthony and Aaron Judge are going to have more fun playing together before the season starts or at the All-Star break? You want to talk about team cohesion? You're not going to get it there. So again, back to this. The team was weird. And I'm sorry, Aaron Judge deserved to be All-Star, but, he's not clutch. That's a problem. We all know that. Cal Raleigh took a big old dumper all over the whole thing. He was awful. Fantasy baseball people, going too high. I don't care if it gives you. He's not going to give you 60 home runs. First off, let that dream die. Even if he gives you 38, this is the guy either hits home runs or he does, and he can't hit at his own home ballpark. So to me, Cal Raleigh's a fade, and he was embarrassing in this. So
It was
the
bad.
whole thing, talent individually. We should have no problem getting that talent for America to win, but you have to get a team, like you said, that isn't weird.
The team was weird, man. And listen, and this is not to throw anything else on Mark DeRosa. He did as good of a job as he can do. Granted,
well,
everything.
No. He did not do as good of a job as you could do. You should know the rules.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that.
Embarrass yourself.
Slow down. I was talking about field management. He did as good as he possibly could have done. Everything else he handled like an absolute fucking dipshit, which is really weird for a guy that's on MLB Network. And by the way, I've met Mark many times. He's lovely. Like, he's a lovely dude. Sure. Mark, the fuck, dude, just fall on the sword. You fucked up. Just say, my bad, I fucked up. That's all you had to do. We would have all moved on. But then you're like, no, it's the media's fault. Like, we're directly quoting you, Mark. Stop it. Anyways, it's just the team was weird. The moves that were done were weird, all the way from on the field to off the field. It just was a weird team. And they were just, I hate, this is a team filled of likable ball players. This was an unlikable baseball team, especially the stark contrast of that Dominican team, the stark contrast of this Venezuelan team, the stark contrast of Puerto Rico. You got Italy having a blast. Listen, it was just weird. It's not that they're untalented. It's not that they shouldn't win before. But the one thing I really didn't like, Jen, and this is something I'd like your thoughts on, I really had a problem with everybody's fucking hot take yesterday morning. Yep, USA. I can't believe this. We should always be the best. It was just like, we're just the greatest rah. We're so star-spangled, awesome type of shit because we lost in the championship of the WBC. Guys, there have been now 6 WBCs. America has won a WBC. You guys are about 20 fucking years late to your hot take.
It's true. And everybody's saying, oh, it has to do with the timing. And they want to move it. The reason why people want to move it or change it is because the USA should win. So the fact that the USA isn't winning means it's obviously not fairly constructed, the tournament. What?
Every team was filled with major leaguers. Every team was filled with major leaguers.
Look at the Dominican Republic's team.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Venezuela. I mean, look at that team. And the baseball culture, I'm sorry to say it, but the baseball culture is a lot stronger in Venezuela than it even is here. Look at how many amazing catchers have come out of Venezuela. And if you've got Sal Perez, you've got Martin Maldonado, anyway, like it goes on and on and on. And why that's important is because a lot of times the catcher is the brains of the team. You know this, Cody. Mm-hmm. You know this.
Sometimes depends on the catcher.
They understand. Jose Altuve, how could he possibly be good enough to be the kind of player that he is in the MLB unless there was tons of competition and tons of love for this game in Venezuela? He's a perfect example. I mean, it's the culture, and it's the culture in Dominican Republic, and it's the culture in Cuba, it's the culture in lots of places, it's the culture in New Jersey. That's why Italy did so well.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know why anyone's shocked that Venezuela did well. Venezuela's been a baseball powerhouse for 40 years and will continue to be so. They're one of the top. I mean, right now, not one of the top countries. They're the top country. They just won the WBC. Look forward to the next WBC. Don't change a thing. If anything, just grow it. Let's talk about something a little darker in Major League Baseball that was announced today, because I'm not going to lie to you. I need somebody's help explaining it a little bit, because MLB partners with Polymarket. This is I don't know, Jen. Tell me why this isn't a problem, because I'm only seeing problems and future problems going forward. This seems like Major League Baseball, who has already partnered with multiple gambling companies through the years, sports books and the BetMGM's deals that they had. They've had DraftKings deals, they've had FanDuel deals, and now they got this deal. This seems like they're just trying to skirt around the gambling thing for states that don't allow gambling. I don't know how this is legal to begin with. I'm at a loss for words at this point.
So that's actually, absolutely what they're trying to do. They're trying to skirt around the gambling. Essentially, it is gambling essentially the stock market is gambling, right? I mean, that's how it works. So these are basically futures contracts. Now I'm going to confess to you something, Cody.
Mhm.
I've been playing on Kalshi
Mhm.
and I've been day trading spring training games and I took futures bets on the World Baseball Classic. And guess what? I made this is addictive. I will tell you, because if you understand how the games are played, you're sitting there saying, okay, Baltimore's down by 1, but I'm looking at StatCast right now, and they should be batting 455. And I know who's coming up in the lineup, and the general public doesn't. And so I'm going to buy them now at 30 cents a share, and I'm just going to sell them at 60 cents a share. They don't even need to win. I'm going to sell them 7 minutes later and take a 25% profit. This is what's happening. MLB should not do this. They should not partner with Polymarket because it is gambling. It is. I fully participated in it. I'm not going to lie to you. I do not think that the sport should partner because that's absolutely what it is. I'm treating it like
Yeah,
a better.
it's it's weird, man. And like, listen, I want to say, like, there was when people would bring up the argument to me all the time, it was like, well, what about Pete Rose? What about that? It wasn't ever the same thing. That's why there is a difference in the legal gambling market and this. And hear me out on this. Like, I'm not even the biggest fan of the legal gambling market when it comes to sports gambling. Not that consumers shouldn't be allowed to do it. I have an issue with leagues being in bed
Yes,
with them.
absolutely.
Very, very, very much so. It's to me, it is an outrageous conflict of interest. To me, it is setting yourself up for frightening failure, and every single league is going to have a serious controversy.
Right.
Now I'm starting to think the controversy is actually be coming out of these futures markets with the poly markets and the Kalshis of the world. And that's where it's really going to be. And now we also have players and teams and now whole leagues partnering with them. This is not just a bubble. This is a nuclear bomb type of bubble that eventually I'm really scared will burst. And a lot of lives are going to get hurt in the process. The difference, though, between this, and this is why I truly think this is way worse than, say, getting in bed with a DraftKings or a BetMGM or a FanDuel. Those are at least kind of regulated markets. Regulated markets. And also sometimes those markets help us detect cheating and players that are cheating. This is the wild, wild, wild West.
It is. And with these future markets, they're not even just sports. I mean, we're talking about weather. You can bet on weather. You can bet on whether somebody says a word on the broadcast. So I go to Mark DeRosa and say, hey, say Team Italy on the broadcast so I can get paid 3-1. You know, it's set up to be exploited and for cheating. And I think there's going to be a lot about it. Now, like I said, I enjoy it right now because there are certain things I can play and use to my advantage when I'm not in a state that allows sports betting. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know that it will last. I don't know that it should last. I know that states like Nevada and Arizona certainly don't want it to and have a lot of legislation and legal challenges that have it blocked in a lot of places. I don't really understand how it's completely legal either in a lot of ways. But obviously it's like buying an oil they are an oil future. It's like buying a corn future, but there's a lot more levers you can pull about whether or not Cody Decker says, Marilyn Monroe on this podcast.
I mean, it opens up the conversation because we already mentioned, players have already, partnered with these guys. Who's to say Giannis, who partnered with that team, and Giannis was a big name mentioned in all these trade talks. He wanted to go to New York. He wanted to go to New York. Who's to say that Giannis didn't just bet against that on Kalshi and probably
100%.
quadruple his money? Like, it's just, dude, this is really bad shit.
But don't you know, Cody, they make you sign an agreement. When you sign up that says you won't do it. So it's fine. It's covered. It says, don't cheat. Okay, I won't cheat. If I know anything, I won't bet.
Well, you know what? Let's get off this and talk about something way more fun.
Martha Stewart is pissed right now. She's like, I had to wear an ankle bracelet.
Dude, it's one of the few times that I'm like, when people make the argument back, well, what about Pete Rose? Dude, that's always been the dumbest argument, but in this argument, maybe it's not. Like, this is fucking dark, man. I don't like it. Let's talk about something way happier.
Okay.
Cade Cunningham has a collapsed lung. Jesus!
Oh
my God! So this is awful because Detroit basketball has maybe been the best story in all of sports this year. They are still 3.5 games up on Boston, but now with them getting back to full strength, who's to say now they're not going to run away with it? Now there is no expected return date. They're going to reevaluate in 2 weeks. They did say it luckily caught it early enough that where it is relatively minor, if a collapsed lung can ever be minor, but there is hope, at least as of now, that he could come back during the playoffs, maybe. But to me, that's a huge maybe. What do you think this does to the East and the NBA as a whole?
I mean, I do understand that collapsed lung sounds a lot worse than it is, but I'm sorry. It's like you need to reverse collapsed lung and turf toe, right? They have you have turf toe. That's a horrible injury, but it sounds like just work through it, man. It's turf toe. If you have a collapsed lung, apparently it is not as serious. So I'm hopeful for him. I'm hopeful that he gets back in time. I have no idea what this means. It's not good. I am not an avid NBA follower, as you know. But I can't imagine that this is good. And it does seem like Boston now has a much better chance of coming out on top.
Naturally. Well, let's get away from the sports for a second, Jen, and let's get over to some more fun stuff. No Shane, no problem, because you got Jen and me. Let's go over to Shane's Quick Hitters.
Okay.
Well, Jen Piacenti, I'm going to start with this one because you and I, of course, have a massive affinity for Broadway and live theater. You have performed at much higher levels than I have when it comes to the stage, but I have had the luxury of performing on stage a few times myself. So question number one, if you could play any part on Broadway right now, what part would you play? Could be musical, non-musical, both?
There's so many answers here. If I could play any part, and that means it doesn't matter, right? I can be anybody.
Any part?
I would be Anita in West Side Story. I always wanted to be Anita in West Side Story, but obviously your girl's not Hispanic or Latino.
Last I checked, we might have a problem.
No. I'm actually a little bit fair here, but oh my God. Anita in West Side Story. I want to be Cheetah Rivera. Yeah, 100%.
I get it. Well,
sadly,
I'm not sure you're going to get that dream to come true. For
I'm
me,
not.
it's 2 roles. Believe it or not, it's 2 roles, and I'm going to go off.
I had like 10.
Currently, yeah, I'm going to pick 2. I'm going to pick one non-musical and one musical.
Okay.
The non-musical, it's a Broadway play that's going on right now. I would love to play Abraham Lincoln in Oh Mary. I feel like that all the people that have played it, Kumail Nanjiani just played him recently. I think I've seen 3 different people play Abe Lincoln in this play on Broadway. It's the funniest show I've ever seen in my life. But no one has played the character like with a little tinge of like no one's playing it 4 and 20. None of that. No one's doing
really?
And no, everyone's just playing it like themselves, and they're all fantastic. They're just. But I want to see somebody play it with like a little extra gravitas. That way, when certain things are revealed throughout the play, they'll hit so much harder. But I love that play. I would love to play that. But if I was going to play in a musical, obviously I have played Professor Harold Hill, so I'll take Music Man out of there.
Oh my God. I almost said Marion.
Marion's great.
Marion
Saw Sutton Foster play it, and she crushed it, by the way.
Really?
Oh my God.
I felt like that was a miscasting.
It was like, the first time I ever saw it, because I was in that play and I've seen it dozens and dozens of times. It was the first time I saw someone play Marion, and I'm like, holy shit. Marion's actually a hilarious character.
She's great. It's such a good character, and the music is beautiful.
It's fantastic. But believe it or not, and this is going to sound like cheating, and the reason I always wanted to do it, because I never saw anyone play the character well until what's his name was the only redeeming part of the Wicked movies. I always wanted to play Fiero. I always thought I've seen Wicked on stage 4 times, twice on Broadway, twice in LA in Pantages. I have never seen anyone play Fiero well. The actor who plays him in the movie, phenomenal. Best I've ever seen played. Finally, somebody can play this really not all that difficult character.
I 100% agree with you. And I saw the original cast with Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel. Was not interesting, not good. 100%. And I would love to see that.
And his songs
I would buy a ticket.
And his songs are relatively easy. I mean, come on, Dancing Through Life. The trouble with schools is they always try to teach the wrong lesson. It's super easy. I could fucking fake my way through that.
I don't know. I think I hear a little songbird in you, Cody.
I was a part of a lot of musical theater.
I feel like there might be a karaoke outing in our future.
If you don't think I'm ready to do some karaoke, Daddy tears down a fucking house. What's your go-to karaoke jam?
It's often Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood. Surprising?
You fucking
I would.
All right, ladies, let's all get together. It's the one that just gets
Come on.
Such
also a little Whitney Houston. I Want to Dance with Somebody. That's a good one.
If I want to get the crowd going, I might go with a little bit of Twist and Shout by the Beatles specifically.
The Beatles version.
Ferris Bueller style. Yeah, I do that one all the time.
All right.
But the other one that I always do is, which I do it too often, I'll freely admit, it's kind of become a crutch for me a little bit. Rebel Yell by Billy Idol, because I do it better than Billy ever did.
Oh. See, and I was thinking you were going to go Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back or something.
No. I got other tunes, but plenty of them. But no, I always go with Rebel Yell just to kind of cleanse the palate, because I can just knock the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Because when I get to the chorus, because I lull you in with it, because I start off by doing the Billy Idol thing earlier. Last night a little dance, just staying low and being deep in the chest, and we get to the chorus.
Love that.
Red hell from above, because and then they're like, "Whoa, where did that come from?" Like, it's always been there, babies. It's always been.
That's a great karaoke song. I don't know that I've actually ever heard anyone do that at karaoke either.
Well, allow me to introduce myself. All right, next question. What is the worst first date location you were ever taken on?
I have to say, I don't know that I've ever been on a terrible first date. I will say generally, I think you shouldn't have sushi.
That's fair.
Because that gives you a lot of anxiety as a woman. You're like, what do I do? I'm eating with my hands. I'm sticking a giant sushi roll in my mouth. Like, it's just, it's awkward and not a good first date meal if you're doing a meal. But I wish I had a good answer for you. This is a great question. I don't know if I've actually ever had a terrible.
This is a great answer. This is a great answer. It hasn't pulled up here. I'll put it up on the chat. Swaggy McNoleg says any second location is a pretty funny answer. For me, the worst. I had a terrible first date. It was the only date. I left it. It was the only time I've ever left a date. It was the early days of Tinder, and I was in Reno, Nevada, and I met up with this girl, and it exactly went this way. She wanted to go to a secondary location. I met her at secondary location, and all hell broke loose. Like, her friends were there, and they were like, it was awful. It was just like the worst experience of my life. I actually I snuck out the back.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Oh,
I have ghosted people afterward and just like not return their calls.
So what? Ghosting is. I've ghosted people too. It's just because I've moved on.
Yeah. Like
I've done this, and I tell me, is this a bad thing to do? Or it probably is. Say like you were dating someone, but not really dating. You went on like 1 or 2 dates.
2, right?
But you were like really probably dating around, and you end up starting to see one of those people exclusively. Do you have to call people from the past that you went on like a date with, or?
So my argument is no, and that's
what mine is
exactly the situations I'm talking about. And then like this happened to me once when I was younger, and like his mother like worked at the place that I was working at, and she was like mean to me for the rest of the time I worked there. And I was like, what do you, what? Like, we went on like a date. Like, what? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But maybe we're the asshole, Jen. Who knows?
Maybe.
All right. Last question on the quick hitters, real quick. What actor or actress do you think needs a comeback?
Can I give you one of each?
Yes.
Okay. Connie Nielsen. Do you know who Connie Nielsen is?
Yeah, I know who Connie Nielsen is. Wait a second. Wasn't Connie Nielsen just recently? Didn't she play Wonder Woman's mom recently?
Did she?
Yeah, in all the Wonder Woman movies, in the Justice League movies.
Okay.
I'm going to double check that.
I don't know.
I love Connie Nielsen.
She's an amazing actress, and she needs a vehicle for her, not an Avengers movie. She was so good in Gladiator.
She's incredible in Gladiator. She was in Gladiator 2. She's been in Nobody. You're right.
She was in Gladiator.
She is being underutilized in Nobody. I'll freely admit that. And yeah, she did play Wonder Woman's mother as well. But it doesn't matter. You're right. More Connie Nielsen is not a bad idea. Great call on that one.
Yeah, I would say that. And then kind of on the same note, I need Russell Crowe to come back to be old Russell Crowe again. Not fat, disgusting, lazy Russell Crowe. Mm-hmm. I need LA Confidential Russell Crowe. But you can be an adult, like you can be a grown-up, but that kind of an actor, I would love to see a vehicle for him now.
Mine is I'd like to see Steve Guttenberg come back. I feel like we haven't seen Steve Guttenberg in 40 fucking years. And I know why.
There's a reason.
What's the reason?
Because he's Steve Guttenberg. He's a goof.
That's not the reason. I'm going to tell you the reason. You ready for this? This is going to blow your fucking mind. You ready for this?
Okay.
Oh, all right. Strap in, Jen Piacenti. This is why we don't have a Steve Guttenberg anymore. Because because in Hollywood, we always have two of the same thing at the same time. And then we as a people choose which one we want. I'll give you examples. Volcano and Dante's Peak. Both solid Volcano movies that came out at the same time. Neither is all that great, but we all chose Volcano and went left. When it came to Deep Impact or Armageddon, hey, both fairly subpar but splashy Armageddon movies about a comet coming to us, we all went Armageddon's side, and that's the way it goes. We do that. And when we had Tom Hanks and a Steve Guttenberg, we all looked at each other and was like, well, we don't need two of these fucking guy. So we chose Tom Hanks, and Steve Guttenberg has been gone ever since until maybe a Cocoon 3 comes out.
Okay. So you're comparing Steve Guttenberg and Tom Hanks. I want everybody out there to remember this.
Look at the timeline when they were. This was Cocoon and Big Time, I
totally understand.
And then all of a sudden, somebody made Philadelphia, and we were like, "All right, we're going this way, people."
Yeah, but at the point he went Forrest Gump, then Steve Guttenberg should have jumped back in. Then I don't.
He wasn't capable. He's like, when was Police Academy 8 coming?
Okay, this is an interesting
seriously. It was Police Academy, and it was a bachelor party guy, and then all of a sudden it was Cocoon and Big Guy, and then it was Philadelphia, and I'm doing a movie. I'm doing Philadelphia and Forrest Gump, and all these, and I'm doing a movie with the Olsen twins, and all right, bye, Steve Guttenberg. Yeah. That's how it happened. That's how we do it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Understood. You're welcome, everybody, for that knowledge. Anyway,
I'm sorry that the world was denied Steve Guttenberg's greatness.
All right, here we go. Carson Wentz is coming back to the Vikings. Does this signal the end of the JJ era? Not because he's going to be starting there. I think Kyler Murray is starting there. And if that's the case, is Wentz going to be the backup?
So, yes, I think Wentz is going to be the backup. But what's interesting about having Wentz and Murray is you have two different types of quarterbacks. So we know that Kevin O'Connell, very different. We know that Kevin O'Connell works really well with quarterbacks that can sling it, right? Kirk Cousins was great. Sam Darnold was phenomenal with Kevin O'Connell. Huge mistake letting him walk, obviously. I don't think we need to revisit that. JJ McCarthy, when he slings it, is actually pretty darn good. He just has a few decision-making issues. And also, it's who are we going to see today, JJ or Nye? Which alter ego will it be? So I think Wentz being there is in case Kyler Murray doesn't work out in the Kevin O'Connell system, then we go to Wentz, who we know probably will work out in the Kevin O'Connell system. His system is very, very good for pocket passers. So Kyler Murray going there is a curious choice in the first place. But JJ, I personally have always been just not a JJ fan. And you can go back to my social media and see, I marked this down all along the way. Not a fan. I know he had that first game out of the gate where he came back in that big comeback win. Was it versus the Bears, I think? And I was like, oh, it's going to be amazing. Everyone spoke too soon. Yeah, he was good for the fourth quarter. And he had one quarter all season.
Yeah. But I don't know. The Kyler of it does intrigue me. It's a skill set type of quarterback that someone like an O'Connell hasn't had yet. And like you're right, we've seen the success he's had with the guys that can be in the pocket and sling it. I don't know. I'm just thinking, man, I feel like he's been hidden in Arizona these last few years, and then the injuries of it all. People seem to have forgotten just how talented this cat is.
Yeah, I think he is incredibly talented. And honestly, like if he doesn't make it then in Minnesota, then he should go play baseball. This guy is an incredibly talented athlete, whether or not he plays too much. I know, it's true.
He's running out of time because I was getting called Pops at 29 years old in my clubhouse, and he's almost 29. So tough time to break back in.
Grandpa. But I think it is interesting and I think that's what they're doing. I think they're saying, hey, let's put all shots out here. Let's try a mobile quarterback. Mm-hmm. I agree. Kyler Murray was not well utilized in Arizona. I think he's good. He could be revived in Minnesota. Why not give it a shot? But if it doesn't work out, then you got Carson Wentz. I do not think this is good news for JJ McCarthy in any way. But you never know. That it could be a quarterback competition, just like all these spring training competitions to kind of make the young guys step up. Does that ever work out, by the way?
No, never. Max Crosby's been talking. I don't know if you saw any of the podcasts that he was out there, but he was spilling all the tea. And I will say, I am not going to sit here and feel bad for him that he had to fly commercial. But I will follow up saying, it is kind of glaring that they made him fly commercial and made him drive over. That is a little strange to me. Not because, you can't do it. It's because this was literally the splashiest and sexiest trade in the NFL in like 2 years. And he kind of did that. And then he gets there and he immediately notices how the vibes are real wrong. I got a question for you. Do you have this as a read of buyer's remorse on the Baltimore side? They found their way to get out of it, and then they did. And if so, should this be investigated immediately? Because I sure as shit do.
Yes and yes.
That's it.
Yes and yes. That's it.
It was weird.
Absolutely 100% buyer's remorse, and absolutely should be investigated immediately.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly. It's an ugly, ugly deal, but I guess it's the one time you can get away with that whole bullshit legal tampering period thing. I guess that's why they have it.
What? Legal tampering.
Oh yeah, it's nonsense.
Is the dumbest.
It is.
Okay. Don't get me started on the oxymoron.
It's dumber than shit.
It's so dumb.
And apparently the only reason it exists, I guess, right now is to fuck over Max Crosby. I'll tell you this, though. I will tell you this, though. I'm not saying that my Raiders are competing this year. I think my Raiders are going to be better this year. That's for damn sure. I think my Raiders are going to do some stuff this year. But I think 500 is a more realistic expectation for them to take a massive step forward. If they get to 500, I'll be the happiest Raider fan you'll ever see like this year. Like what a job from where we just were. But I just want to put it in the universe. A really, really motivated Max Crosby on defense, a young quarterback on offense, the highest paid center in the history of the NFL all of a sudden. Guys that are actually protecting Ashton Genty and allowing him to break tackles after the thing. Brock Bowers, who is the best tight end in the game. I'm just saying, maybe watch out for Vegas. Just like a little, just a little.
I don't hate that. I think they're going to be an exciting team. Look, they just got for their head coach the guy that won the Super Bowl. It's not a small thing. Ashton,
Just maybe.
Michael Mayer. I mean, I really dig it. I'm really excited for them. And
just maybe.
yeah, I think it's a maybe now. Don't get too excited. But
just maybe.
If they get to 500 drinks at the Legacy Club.
Oh, I mean, it's gonna be drinks at the Legacy Club anyways. What are you fucking talking about? if they're 0-100, I'm drinking at the Legacy Club in Vegas. 100%. All right, let's get over to some shiggles. All right, what are you shiggling on today, Jen Piacenti?
So I think you mentioned it at the beginning of the podcast, but it is abnormally warm in the most glorious way in Southern California. Absolutely stunning. So I go yesterday and I'm going to get a smoothie. I'm going to get a smoothie, little treat, throw some protein in it. Go to the smoothie store. Banana. Every smoothie has freaking banana. Mm-hmm. Why? Is there a banana mafia? I don't want a banana in my smoothie. I want a berry smoothie. Why is this so hard? Why are you forcing bananas in every smoothie? First of all, they're full of sugar. Second, they don't taste good. So, yeah, I said it.
Okay, you're fucking
bananas
nuts.
Are not good.
You're fucking
They're an
nuts.
Overrated fruit.
One, they're a phenomenal.
Get your banana out of a smoothie.
Oh my God, they're a phenomenal binding agent when it comes down to an actual smoothie. Two, they are fantastic. Has an incredible source of potassium.
Greek yogurt.
Three, throw banana in a Greek yogurt, and yes, please, and so much so that I made some Greek yogurt yesterday. Threw some sugar-free banana mix into it. Stirred that up. Threw in a couple Nilla wafers, and I'm going to throw some chopped banana on top of that, and I'm going to have myself like an 80 grams of protein, delicious banana cream pie.
Oh my God. So you took the banana flavor along with like maltodextrin, like fake sugar. Oh, gross.
Yes, I did.
No. Don't do it.
You are wrong. Wrong. Bananas are amazing.
I stand strong on this. Bananas are an overrated fruit. They can occasionally be used for something like a banana bread if you must. But why? When there are so many other things you can have. Just eat some chocolate. Sorry. No, you should have at least, and here's the fine. For you banana lovers out there, good for you. Keep your banana smoothies. I am happy for you. But why can't you just have one option for non-banana lovers? Right? I'm telling you, there's a banana mafia.
Jen.
You don't have to have it to bind your smoothie. Don't give me that crap.
Jen, there's always money.
I make smoothies at home with no bananas.
There is always money in the banana stand. There is always money in the banana stand.
I knew you'd come up with some kind of a reference.
It's always money in the banana stand. All right, here's
I have a fantasy football league. I'm sorry, fantasy baseball league where one of the teams is named that.
Correct. See, you're just wrong. There's always money in the banana stand, Jen. Jesus. All right, here's what I'm shiggling on, and it's simply this. Afro Man is the greatest rapper of all time.
That's for sure.
Randy is the son of a bitch. Yeah, that's why I fucked his wife and got filthy rich.
You're claiming that is the defamation statement, is that he said he had sex with your wife?
Yes.
I don't know what to say other than this is the funniest thing that's ever happened in mankind history. In case you don't know full story, Afro Man's house was raided by these police officers. They found nothing. And apparently they were it didn't go well, to the point where they like flipped off his camera, destroyed a lot of his property, scared his children, yada, yada, yada. He then makes rap videos about the deputies that came to his home, and they tried to sue him for defamation. And yesterday they lost, and it's just the funniest fucking thing. I love it. And the cops are on the thing. And the best part was that cop who was asked, and he said, like, and this is how he defamed you. And he said, well, it hurt. He's like, well, that we'll get to that later. But did he defame you with that? Is he sleeping with your wife? And the cop said, well, I don't know. It's the greatest. I can't, Jen, go watch all of it. It's just the funniest shit that's ever happened. Congratulations, Afro Man. This is so funny.
It is funny. It is funny. Instead of life imitates art, art imitates life. It's brilliant.
Oh my God. So yeah, that's what I'm shiggling on. He won his court case. I can't wait for the album. I cannot wait for this album. Okay, Jen, before we go ahead and we reflect on our lovely, lovely time together today, my question for you is this. Do we have any bets that Jen Piacenti thinks is very important for the people to take a look at? What is Jen betting on today?
Today I don't have, well, first of all, I want to say March Madness, I'm not really that into March Madness because it's hard for me to, suddenly get excited about like who's following college baseball throughout the rest of the year. I know maybe some people are, but it's, you have to kind of catch up last minute. So that's the thing. But the tournament kicked off this morning with TCU versus Ohio State. Well, obviously, hello, frogs. So of course I got sucked into watching it and betting on it, and go TCU. Now I am unintentionally invested in March Madness. So I'm probably going to have to bet on them again, obviously. What I'm betting on now is more like futures for MLB because it's so close, guys. It's less than a week away. So one of the ones that, and when I bet futures, I want to say this, I never bet a future that's like 2-1 or 3-1 because I'm not going to tie up bankroll for 6 or 8 months for something that's 2-1 in a long season where anybody can get injured, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the ones I really like, or two that I really like, I'll give out. One, Pittsburgh Pirates to win the NL Central.
Interesting. Wait. Before you get to the numbers.
Okay.
Why?
Okay, before I get to the numbers, why? Okay, so let's talk about their pitching staff. You got Paul Skeens, arguably the best pitcher. You got Bubba Chandler. Mitch Keller's been good, all of that. Then you have O'Neal Cruz, who has literally the hardest hit ball ever recorded in the StatCast era. You have Brian Reynolds still there, like people that are kind of underrated. You have arguably the best prospect coming up in Connor Griffin. And let's not forget, they made some smart trades for veteran talent like Brandon Lau and Ryan O'Hearn. So there's a lot going on in Pittsburgh, but even more importantly, it's not a good division. Cubs, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Did you see Eduardo Cabrera got absolutely crushed by the D-backs? Bregman is not going to be good in Chicago. He's not. I'm sorry. All of his home runs go to that crop. Both Boston and Houston are great ballparks for his swing.
Oh, short porch left.
The Cubs is the opposite. It's actually the worst. It's like maybe the worst stadium he could have signed up to play in. I just don't see it. He is not a 1-for-1 swap for Kyle Tucker. No way. That is not. Now, defensively, he's still good, but he just doesn't have it anymore, in my opinion. He's also getting older. So though I do like the Cubs, I do not think it's a runaway thing. And 1 or 2 injuries, and you're going to be surprised with the Pirates. Now, we were talking about Polymach and Kalshi. So right now at Kalshi, Pirates 14 cents a share. We don't have to talk about the Cardinals. They're obviously going to be better than the Cardinals. 14 cents a share. Let's just say they go on a run. Let's just say they go on a run for a little bit and get up to 28 cents, right? Suddenly they just get you cash that out, you double up. So just think about that if you like that idea for the futures. But 8-1, obviously it's a long shot, but there's a lot of reasons.
Listen, I like the idea mainly for where the money is, and the Reds' money is probably pretty good too. I just don't trust the Reds at all.
Reds money isn't that great.
It isn't
worth it.
Good. I'm not going to jump on them because I wasn't planning on it. I'm not going to get off the Cubs. I do think the Brewers are going to take a step back this year a little bit, but I do think they'll still be competitive. But you are right about one thing. It is the worst, if not the second worst division in Major League Baseball.
I think we could be surprised. I mean, let's say they're going to win most of the game scheme starts probably. In fact, StatCast has them for like the third fewest runs allowed for their opponents. So obviously you're going to need the bats to take a step forward, but it's entirely possible, and some good trades made at the right time. So it's a combination of, is everything going to hit with the veteran presence that they brought in, the rookie coming up? Is O'Neal Cruz going to be better versus lefties? He's been, practicing in the offseason with a left-handed hitting coach. Who knows? But he looked okay in the WBC. So let's see. Obviously, we're a long shot. Like I said, I don't take futures bets that don't pay really well because
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Hey, you make as good of an argument for it as anybody else, and you've made a good argument against the Cubs. Any other things that Jen Piacenti is betting on?
Okay, one more really good value. AL Rookie of the Year. It's Atsuya Imai 12-1. Now, he's 12-1 because obviously the favorite's going to be like Kevin McGonigal, who's been putting on a show in spring training. You've got other guys out there. But when we have these pitchers come over from Japan, they can really keep MLB guessing. Now, Amaya is interesting. He had a sub-3 ERA last season in the NPB. But the way his pitches work, he works. And also, let's not forget, Trey Savage announced this morning starting injured for the season. So he's kind of, not a great bet for AL Rookie of the Year. And the reason why that came to mind is because they have similar movement with their sliders, Imai and Savage. So it breaks backwards, the opposite way people think it will. And that's going to keep Major League hitters guessing. He also has a really low arm slot, which is going to tie people up on his fastball. So at 12-1, when, again, I don't know that there's a lot of competition, and it's somebody who has pitched at a really high level successfully, and you might argue, pitching successfully in the MPB is more impressive than pitching successfully in A-ball, you might. I think it's worth a sprinkle. 12-1, AL Rookie of the Year. Pretty open race.
Well, I love me a sprinkle when it comes to the world of gambling.
Just a sprinkle.
Jed Piacenti, you are the one of the very best in the gambling market. We know that because of your Kalshi earnings recently. But you know what? While we're sitting out thinking about that, let's also think about things we can reflect on. It's time for reflections. Oh, Jen, what are you reflecting on today?
I'm reflecting on how it's already the best season of the year. When you talked about it, Cody, we rolled straight from WBC into March Madness. And even though I just said I'm not huge into March Madness, now I am because DCU, advanced, etc. And we have like 6 days until we have baseball season. The weather is glorious right now. Everything's on the up and up. And I'm just reflecting on it's the best time of the year for me. This is when my mood gets really happy.
Love it. I'm reflecting on just what a bad week Timothy Chalamet had. It's amazing how everyone turned on him so harshly, and now he's coming off as like this petulant little brat who is just incredibly entitled. I think this is what I think it's turned into. It's funny because I don't think the releasing of the Dune trailer this week was by accident. I honestly think that was like the Dune trailer being released this week was their way of going like, let's rehabilitate him now. Let's rehabilitate him now. Let's rehabilitate. They like him in Dune. Release the Dune 3 trailer. We'll get Chalamet back out there. It's almost like Timothy Chalamet is becoming the character Paul Atreides in Dune. And hear me out on this. The reason I say that is Paul Atreides isn't the good guy of Dune. Dune's about the beginning of a supervillain. Paul Atreides is the good guy now. If you know where Dune goes, he's not the good guy for long. And it seems like Timothy Chalamet's career is following that Paul Atreides timeline real too closely.
Friends, you got a Dune reference and a Steve Guttenberg reference in the same podcast. Do people understand the value? the
What a
value
day.
of this.
You don't
just
get
can't get that
shit like
anywhere.
this. You ain't getting shit like this anywhere else. You're welcome.
Can't
You're
get
all
that
learning.
anywhere. No,
We've
I
all
hope
grown.
you're all enjoying your bananas at home.
And are you reflecting on anything else?
I really don't have much to reflect on. So I have to tell you, I'm in a happy space right now. I'm happy. I'm happy for Venezuela. I am. I'm happy for the World Baseball Classic. I'm happy that we're about to start MLB season. I'm just happy right now. Is that
I love that.
is
Well,
that awful? Is that the worst?
no,
I
that's
can't
good.
wait to see how many content creators are going to come out with MLB poly market walking bets. Can I say that?
This
Or
is
any
gonna be
other
a,
kind
this
of
is gonna be a fucking nightmare.
It's gonna be a
It's gonna be a
thing. It's gonna
fucking
be it's
nightmare.
gonna be bad. You're gonna have so many people out there with their dub clubs and their whatever other assets
It's gonna be a nightmare.
selling poly market.
It's gonna be a nightmare. Guys, this has been fun. You know what was not a nightmare? Working with Jen Piacenti again, who is one of my very favorite people in this entire industry. Jen, please tell people not only where to find you, but
Yeah.
where to find Shark Bets and everything involving Shark Bets and all things Jen Piacenti.
Yes, please go to the App Store or Google Play Store. Just Google Shark Bets or Google search Shark Bets, and you can download it. It's free for 14 days, and it's like $8 a month after that. But we finished 2025 up 118 units, so that means a $100 better was up nearly 12 grand. And we did quite well with WBC. So we're already up this year too. And we're getting ready for MLB season. So little ups, little downs, but lots and lots of fun. And you can find me on X and Instagram at Jen Piacenti 1N. And that's it. Yeah, say Marilyn Monroe. Somebody's got to bet on it.
I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. Guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, wherever you get your favorite podcast. And of course, we'll have yesterday's podcast up today along with today's. Not to mention on that, pay attention to social media at Beadle and Decker there on Instagram. You can follow me at Decker6 on Twitter. And of course, Anti-Hero Baseball on Instagram. And of course, like, share, and subscribe to the show right here. Tomorrow, another show coming your way, but it's going to be early in the morning. 8 a.m. Pacific time. Guess what I got? We got Tim Murray from VSiN joining us tomorrow, co-hosting the show, sitting in for Michelle. And guys, most importantly, no matter what happens, if we can take something away from today, I would say R.I.P. Marilyn Monroe and Estelle Getty.